For the intro riff, we're going to be in the key of D major between the 10th and the 17th fret positions. And that first double stop is going to be first finger on the top string, 14th fret, middle finger, second finger on the second string, 15th fret. And that first double stop, we're going to slide up, and we kind of count it with the 3 count. 1, 2, 3. Now before we continue, it's good to know the count for the whole intro. Kind of helps it, makes it easier to memorize it. If you count off the intro, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So we got those first 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. Now the next double stop, you just shift the first finger like so, flattening across the 14th fret. But we're going to slide up to that for the first beat. There's your next 3 count. So from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now the next group, we're going to put together 4 double stops. And how we do that, back to the original double stop. That's the first beat. Pinky goes down on the 17th fret, top string. That's the second beat. Now the trick here is to, for the third beat, you shift or pivot the 1 and 2 fingers down to the next set of strings, to the 2 and the 3 strings. So 1, 2, the third beat is right there. The fourth beat, you're going to put that third finger 2 frets higher. So putting that together, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next set of 4 double stops is going to start with a bend. So here's how we play that. You're going to put those 2 together. That's the first beat. And sort of like chicken picking, you're going to kind of mute it immediately. 1, and then release the bend for the second beat. So 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth beat. This is tricky. I like to use my third finger because it sets us up for that extra beat at the end. Let's back it up a little bit. We're going to go right to that section and piece it together. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. Let's do a slow walkthrough of the intro. So here we go from the top. 1, 2, ready, go. And we'll do it again. 1, 2, ready, go. After the opening riff on electric guitar, we have a lead-in riff to the verse, and that's going to be played like so. And how I play it, I play the 5th string open and then 3, 2, 0 on the bottom string. Then we go into verse 1, and we're going to work on verse 1, learning 1 4-chord sequence at a time. And a good way to fall into the rhythm. The rhythm is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, Jingle Bell Rock. Dun, dun, dun. So with that, one suggested way to fall into it is up, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It doesn't have to be that, but you want to sort of have that in your mind while you're playing. And then you can do some strumming variations around that beat. So let's do the opening 4-chord sequence again with the strum pattern. 1, 2, ready, go. So now let's put together the first 8 chords. So from the top, 1, 2, ready, go. then, if we continue on, we got another 8 measures here. And what we're going to do is we're going to continue with the E minor to A7th. Again. And then we double the measures on E minor, and we can do a strumming variation. Dun, 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 and then A7. Dun, dun, dun. So reviewing those last 8 measures, it's essentially E minor A7, E minor A7, double E minor, double A7. And next we'll do a slow walkthrough of all of verse 1. So here we go from the top. 1, 2, ready, go. And then for verse 2, it's going to be essentially the same, but verse 2 has a different ending. The last 4 measures are going to be played like so. We're going to, instead of doubling the E minor, doubling the A7th, it's going to be E minor A7, and then a D, and a D7th. After verses 1 and 2, we'll go into the chorus section, which is going to start with the standard open G. Now you can apply some strumming variations. One variation, down, up, down. But if you're going to sing along, you're going to strum in any way that helps kind of help you sync up with the lyrics. So this is just a suggested strum pattern. Throw in a variation for 2 measures. So down, up, down. And then after that, we're going to go to a G sharp diminished 7th. And the key with this is to keep the bass note sustained. And by doing so, you're going to keep your middle finger down. You're just going to slide it up. And then for this G sharp diminished 7th chord shape, you got 2 fingers here along the same fret. Your 3rd finger will be on the 3rd string. And then you're going to do a partial bar. Your 1st finger is going to lean across the middle strings. So let's put that transition together. And then standard D chord for 2 measures. And then next, a double E7th. A lot of ways to play an E7th. I happen to prefer, it's a little trickier, but I happen to prefer the standard E chord and extending the pinky. 2 measures, and then stop time. That'll be an A chord, an A power chord shape. Not necessarily a full A, is you don't need to do that. Dun, 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 dun. 1, 2, ready, go. 2 D6, 2 B7th. And then we have a G to G6 to G minor transition. And how I like to play this, you have a lot of options, but I like to do a full bar chord on this. Again, you can do some strumming variations, whatever fits for when you're singing along. But the key with this, if you're going to use the bar chords, you got to make sure to get that 3rd string, because that's the only note that differentiates between each chord. So maybe using that middle finger for extra support, that'll help get a little more clarity out of that 3rd string. And then it's a back and forth between E minor and A7th. That's the Jingle Bell. Well, the back and forth happens later. Right now it's only 1 E minor, 1 A7th. That's the Jingle Bell. And then a D. 2 measures of D. So what we're going to do now for the ending, we're going to sort of extend things a little bit with between the E minor and the E7. So that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, and then another one, that's the jingle bell. For verse 1, you essentially play 3 double stops, and the first double stop is going to be, you have a few options, but I like to play it like this with the first finger flattened across the top 2 strings. And with the timing, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. The second double stop, we're going to shift up to the first double stop that started the song, 14th and 15th frets. And we're going to play that double stop, and then we're going to throw the pinky down. We also did this in the intro. Here it is. Just a single note with that pinky on the 17th fret first string. So, or you could thicken it up. Both of them sound good. Then the final double stop, you're going to stay in the same position. But we're going to add an extra double stop here. 1, 2, 3. So with that, let's do it from the top, and we'll work on the timing a little bit. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And that's it for verse 1. And you're going to do the exact same sequence of double stops as well for verse 2. So we're going to do some variations off these double stops. The first double stop is what we've already played with the lyrics, giddy up, jingle horse, da da dun dun. And then dun 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 dun. And what follows here is a ascending double stop riff, playing the second and third strings together. First finger is going to be on the second string 8th fret. Middle finger, second finger will be on the third string 9th fret. And this phrase, 1, 2, 3, starts off like that. Then you simply slide up, same shape. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we end with the third finger flattened, same 2 strings. So backing it up a little bit. Giddy up, jingle horse, da da dun dun, da da dun 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 dun. Then dun 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 dun. And what we're going to do here, it's sort of a, I guess a minor chord, minor 7th. We're going to do a little slide up. That's better. We want to get 3 strings. So after the lyric, jingle around the clock, mix and a jingle, dun, 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 dun. A little slide right there. And then that's followed by a descending riff. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. And the descending riff, descending double stops, it's the same notes we played ascending. You just reverse the order. So let's put it all together. Here we go from the beginning, the alternate verse. Giddy up, jingle horse, dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Again, back to the timing. If you recall verses 1 and 2. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. And then dun 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 dun. Now there's a new riff here, a new ascending riff. From the previous one, it's going to be that middle double stop. The middle double stop with your first finger on the second string 10th fret, middle finger on the third string 11th fret. So we've got 3 quick ones, 1, 2, 3, then flattening that third finger on the 12th fret, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then how I like to end this is by flattening the first finger again on the top 2 strings, 10th fret. We'll do that again. So from the top, dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Again, we're going to add a couple variations here for the beginning. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Then the ascending riff. Dun, 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 dun. So we're going to return back to that minor and sort of triad here, and but what we're going to do is we're just going to extend it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Now in the original recording, the ending riff, it's kind of buried in the mix, so we're going to make a little guesstimate here on how to wrap it up. And what we're going to do is go back to the original opening double stop, maybe a little slide up. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. So throwing down that pinky on the 17th fret. And then, what that is, again, that sort of chicken picking double stop bend with the middle and third fingers on the top 2 strings, 12th fret. And then back down on the release, and then flattening across the 10th fret. Let's back it up to the beginning here. And then for the ending chord, this is going to be a D6-9 chord, and don't confuse it with the 9th shape. You actually have to make sure your third finger is on the top 2 strings. If you want, you can throw in the bass note. It's a little bit tricky to play, or you can just play the top 4 strings.